Hello everyone, welcome to another Historic video. So today we're really taking a look at Boros Hammer deck in Historic format. So the first thing you might have noticed is the fact that we're not playing Loris, which is quite strange because traditionally in Historic, Hammertime list actually has been playing Loris, but we're actually not going to be playing Loris today, and that is because we're going to be playing 4 copies of Leyline X in the deck. So last time I played with this card was with Affinity, and it was actually surprisingly good. Just like every other Leyline, if you have it in your opening hand, you can put it onto the battlefield instantly, and if you equip it to a creature, it gains +1/+1 and double strike and trample, which is kind of insane. Especially if you equip a Colossus Hammer to it, that is 20 damage out of nowhere with trample. Now the cost to equip this card is actually pretty significant. It does cost 3 mana. We do actually have ways to bypass this. Obviously, if you have Kemba's Outfitter, you can make the equip cost into 1. But we also play things like Forge Anew, which can also bypass the equip cost and make it 0 mana. But there's actually another card that we're going to be playing called the Fervent Champion, which reduces the equip cost by 3 that targets the Fervent Champion. So if you have this on turn 1, Fervent Champion and Leyline Axe, this can already deal 4 damage on turn 1. And lastly, we're actually not going to be playing Ornithopter in the deck, which is a little bit bizarre in the Boros Hammer deck, but I'm trying to incorporate some Amped Raptors into the deck because the card is just so busted. And because we're playing Amped Raptor, we're also going to be playing Guide of Souls, which is going to allow your creatures to fly, being able to give something like a Fervent Champion flying. That could be really deadly. And using that flying creature, you can always use the Sigarda's Aid plus the Hammertime to kill your opponent as well. So that option is still there. And for that reason, we're also playing 3 copies of Blinkmoth Nexus, which is also a land that can become a 1/1 flying creature to abuse our Sigarda's Aid plus Colossus Hammer play as well. So having said that, I'm going to be hopping over to some Historic Best of 3 to show you guys how that does. So let's hop on over. All right. Okay, okay, that's actually pretty good. Hold up. That is actually pretty sick here. Colossus Hammer. Okay. That does kind of complicate things a little bit. A Death Touch creature.
Nothing can break our bond.
They could have a Thoughtseize. I could play this out, but they could have Thoughtseize, like, or draw into it. Okay, it's a toxic deck. Really? Okay. A little bit of a surprise. I guess this does kind of delay
A dark plot
my plan here.
into the fray.
We'll pass. Utopia. Murderous Rider.
Search has come up empty.
Draw a card. Okay, opponent's dead. That is pretty sick. Attack. Okay. Death Touch Tribal. That's trying to win with Toxic. Sure. About 3 Static Prisons. But I think that might actually be it. You know, Sun Cleanser actually does get rid of all the Toxics, right? Toxic counters. Oh no, it says only target opponent. Why can't it target myself? Well, do we want to sideboard out Esper Sentinel? Let's actually sideboard out Esper Sentinel. What happened to my sideboard? Okay, there you go. Yeah. Let's go. Okay. So even if they Thoughtseize, I have a Sigarda's Aid. I guess they can just take away the Mystic Snowforge Mystic. Utopia Sprawl. I could Static Prison that. I kind of want to pair the Static Prison with the Amped Raptor though. Like for a turn 3 play, I can go Amped Raptor, Static Prison, and even if I get a 4-mana card, I can put it down. It looks like they got stuck on lands, unfortunately. Does seem like they have a Fatal Push though, potentially. Grab a Colossus Hammer. Actually, they did miss out on a land, so maybe they just dipped. It's possible. Would be a little bit of an anticlimactic game for the first one. It's actually pretty sick, like Amped Raptor, we Static Prison, Amped Raptor, right? Yeah, they are missing a land. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to Static Prison, even though if we hit a 4-mana card, this Utopia Sprawl does go back, but I don't really care if I give them Utopia Sprawl, you know? It's a pretty good Amped Raptor, I would say. Pretty big Amped Raptor with the first strike. Ooh, we got a Blink Mob Nexus. So they have to block this. Otherwise they die. Nice. And let's just put the Forge Anew on battlefield. Galessa. Okay, that's fine. Oh, wow. Because of the first strike Death Touch, does the trample work? Does anybody know? I'm actually kind of curious. Let's just see. Okay, so even though they have a Death Touch, it still deals damage. I actually haven't seen that interaction, which is kind of weird. Which is saying quite a lot how rare like first strike with Death Touch is. This is interesting, right? We have a Fervent Champion with double Leyline. So I'm actually gonna keep this despite not having a second land. Right? Maybe that's not that good. We'll see. Well, also kind of mulliganed. We'll see. Oh, okay. That's insane. Yeah, that's kind of insane. Which is better? Okay, this becomes 8 damage if I attack like this. So that's 9 damage, 10 damage total. If I put it here, this becomes... Yeah, it's actually 12 damage if I put it here. Wow. That is crazy. Okay, so we're playing against Wizard. We're gonna want some Static Prisons. We're gonna want some Gallic Discharge. Do I want Rest in Peace? Also, like, what do I sideboard out? I feel like I would want these cards. Maybe Fervent Champion out. We'll also cut a copy of a Leyline. Probably, like, the generic energy plan is probably stronger versus a deck like theirs. Nice. Okay, Esper Sentinel, amazing card versus a turn 1 against the opponent's deck. Oh wow, it's a completely different deck. Huh. So what should I do? Should I just Colossus Hammer into... Should I just Colossus Hammer? What do you think? It's a lot of damage, right? Also draws you a card next turn, if they play anything. Oh, it's a hidden string stag. Huh. Well, okay, am I dead? Am I dead? I feel like if they had a removal spell, they should have... Okay, they had an Otawara. Okay, sure. Sure.
Where shall we hunt today?
Okay, hopefully we can kill them next turn and opponent doesn't have a way to win here. Okay, that's a good sign. Dead? Nice. Oh, man. Yeah, I mean, Lotus Field combo deck, pretty scary deck. What can I say? But our deck is just so fast that unless they combo off like on turn 3-4, it's pretty hard to beat this deck. Loris. We do have a Leyline, which is kind of cool. We don't have the hammer, though. No hammers. Question is... Maybe I just go Guide of Souls, so make the Fervent Champion flying. Yeah, what about that? Yeah, the Guide of Souls is pretty nerfed in this historic format. Ooh, Amthraptor, pretty good card. They're gonna sacrifice the Amthraptor. I don't know if you should. Okay. I think we grab Shadow Spear. Okay, we need one more creature so that, you know, Fervent Champion starts flying. Or Sigarda's Aid, right? Sigarda's Aid, Kemba's Outfitter, both work. Or any creatures. Nice. Okay. Wow, we're actually... This is going even better than I thought. Okay, so this matchup, 3 Sun Cleansers. We're gonna have 2 Wear and Tear. Maybe Static Prison. That's really sick that Leyline actually has Trample. Which is super important, right? Esper Sentinel... Actually, Esper Sentinel... you know what? Esper Sentinel out. Maybe instead of a Static Prison? Is Galvanic Discharge better? I'm gonna trim a Johnny. And I think I'm gonna trim a copy of Amthraptor. Oh, wow. Okay. No Fervent Champions this time. Grab a Colossus Hammer. Double Marionette. Thank God we have a Guide of Souls. Ooh, actually... That's pretty bad. Actually pretty bad. Okay, well... Interesting, that's stuck. Okay, let's just make this into 1 equip cost. Yeah, that's probably for the better. And let's just pass a turn. Should I just equip it now to the Guide of Souls? Because then they have to sacrifice one of the Marionette. Oh, I should have actually equipped it to Stoneforge Mystic. Ooh, actually, that's a pretty big mistake. I should have equipped it to Stoneforge Mystic because we don't care about this card. But yeah, we got rid of another Marionette, so that's not bad. Okay, this Ampthraptor doesn't do anything because it's in the exile. It's not from hand. Oh, ho, ho, that's so good. Hold up. Yeah, that is so good. And they already exiled one of the Goblin Bombardments too. So this is like probably the best outcome. And we grab a Shadow Spear. Wow. Yeah, opponent's actually dead on board because, look. Double strike, equip, and then 10 damage. 20 damage. Man, these hands are just so sick, isn't it? That's so sick. Like, the thing is, like, even just, like, turning the Leyline Axe into equip 1 is so sick. Mm-hmm. So, opponent's dead next turn. They're actually dead next turn. They're actually dead to the Leyline Axe equip. Play the Colossus Hammer from a Sigarda's Aid. Wow. So this is a landfall burn deck. They're gonna have some enchantments like Valakut. So we're gonna need some wear and tear. Static prisons as well. Guide Up Souls is Esper Sentinel is okay, but I don't think it's better than gaining life with the Guide Up Souls. And we'll cut copy of a Johnny. And I'm gonna cut maybe a copy of a Ampthraptor. This deck is so sick. Ooh, okay. I can't keep this one. I've kept the one under before, but that's only because we had a fervent champion with the Leyline X. Whoa. This game. This is a pretty brutal mulligan. Yikes. One under into zero land into zero land. That's pretty good. Oh my god, I regret it so much not playing the Stoneforge Mystic. Okay, it seems like you always want to play the Stoneforge Mystic first because in case Ampthraptor could hit a Kemba's Outfitter. Got it. Yeah, got it. I think it's actually better to go Leyline Axe. It's more realistic. Being able to equip this. Invoke Despair. Enchantment, Planeswalker, and a creature. So let's just put this down. We'll sacrifice this. Not bad. I mean, this was a mulligan to 4. This was a mulligan to 4. Chandra.
Enough talking. Let's do this.
Okay, that might be it. So this is a completely different deck than I thought.
Fight with your heart.
Okay. So it's just a Rakdos mid-range. Wear and tear out. I'm gonna take out the static prisons. I think we just go aggro. Not bad. We'll go Sentinel. A Johnny? Raptor? Let's just go Johnny.
May our axes strike as one.
In case I hit a hammer, I probably should play the Sigarda's Aid first. But even if I don't, I have a Kemba's Outfitter as a backup. Because I'm probably just gonna play the Sentinel here. Okay. I actually hit it. We could have actually dealt 10 damage. Fun enough. Rusius. Leyline Axe, okay. I think we go Esper Sentinel. Probably play the Sigarda's Aid and pass the turn. I don't want to play the Ampharaptor into a potential board wipe. Man, Esper Sentinel, good card. Harvester. Okay, so the last card is like a Fatal Push. Okay, that's fine. Can we potentially win? I don't think so. Actually, we do. We do win. Almost made a mistake. Alright, opponent. GG's. Oh, come on. Come on. Mono green? Okay, it seems like a mono green. Kiora. Need a Sigarda's aid.
Leviathans, octopuses, serpents. Oh, I love them all.
We need a Sigarda's aid. What should I do? Ampthraptor or Stoneforge Mystic? Ampthraptor is a little bit better versus Karn. Oh, wow. Wow. That is insane.
Clam up.
We could, like, set up a potential one-turn kill with the Leyline plus Hammer. I do have to get the Forge Anew down, but... we'll see.
Nature flows with vigor.
That's actually pretty annoying. Because that doesn't trigger this thing, right? Because this has permanent. If a permanent entering the battlefield causes a triggered ability of another permanent, yeah, it doesn't trigger. Well, that sucks. We do have a hammer though. Yeah, that's actually kind of insane. What do we do? Yeah, I think we just try to set up lethal if we can. Yeah, that Elish Norn was so fast. Did we go second or first? I think we went second. Supposed to be a good matchup.
Love to make a splash.
This is probably over. Land. Nykthos. Yeah, I just don't see how we're gonna win. Their start was just too good. We had a decent start. But the fact that they turned to Kiora. Yeah, this game is over. Static Prison. Pitting Needle. Johnny's good. I think Forge Anew can go in this matchup. As long as they don't hit Elish Norn, we can win. We can't win otherwise. So we just gotta be a little bit faster. We'll cut the Johnny. Okay, fantastic. Now the question is, what do we get with the Stoneforge Mystic? I don't know. Pithing Needle, to Kiora. I could have gone Stoneforge Mystic, but I just want the Fervent Champion to start flying, you know? It's gonna be a while, but let's just hope we can get there. They play out the Boseiju.
Evil must not. A tool is a weapon in the right hand.
Well, that's kind of annoying. Might be dead. Need a Sigarda's aid.
My retribution will be swift.
Or like a static prison. Like no Sigarda's aid. In both of the games. They have Elish Norn again. Pretty unfortunate. It's actually pretty unfortunate.
I will defend my stop.
Brand new Karn.
We cannot let Phyrexia win.
Yeah. Alright. I kinda just want to surrender, but yeah, let's just surrender. Okay, GG's. That was just couldn't get anything done. We didn't see a Sigarda's aid or the Kemba's outfitter, which was the problem there. Okay, this hand sucks. This hand also kind of sucks. But we gotta keep it. Never mind. It's amazing. They're playing Loris and Rogren Triumph. Oh, please kill it. Please kill this. No.
Oh, I stayed up too late reading. Again.
I'm actually kind of curious what happens. Can you equip this? Okay. Wow. Taking 11 to the face. I should have actually played the Blink Moth Nexus here instead of Plains. Mistakes were made. Another Stoneforge Mystic. Okay. Ether Spike. So Tamio's dead. Unfortunate. Couldn't kill them. If they just had a, damage removal spell, they would have actually died. Okay. So they are a Jeskai control deck that is playing Loris. Do we even sideboard? I mean, I guess Sun Cleanser could be good. They can't play they can't play things like Wrath of the Skies. They can't play Ether Spike. They can only kill it if they have a Static Prison. So maybe? I'll play 2. And I'll get rid of I do want a Johnny in this matchup. I'll take out Forge anew and a Shadow Spear. I don't think Shadow Spear is like super necessary in this matchup. They're not gonna have that many creatures, right? To begin with. Oh, they just surrendered. No. Okay, so the final score was 5-1. This is probably the strongest Hammertime deck I played so far. A lot of it actually has to do with the Leyline X. The card is actually kind of busted, funny enough. So, because the fact that the Fervent Champion can actually abuse this on turn 1 as well, like, the damage does add up. Like, turn 1, you're dealing 4 damage, right? Turn 2, if they don't have an answer, they take additional 4 damage. Like, that's already 8 damage. So, even without the hammer, like, you can close out the game with just Fervent Champions. If you happen to draw this later, you could also just Stoneforge Mystic, put it on the battlefield, right? It's actually not a big deal if you draw this, because we play 4 copies of Stoneforge Mystic. The Amped Raptor could kind of fizzle if it hits Leyline X. Forge Anew, I can kind of see you being able to cast this, but Leyline X, you could potentially miss it because this does require 4 energy, which might be a little bit hard. But if you start with Guide Up, like even if you go Guide Up Souls into Amped Raptor, right? That's only 3 energy, so definitely can miss with the Amped Raptor, but chances are, you're probably gonna be mulliganing for the Leyline X in your opening hand anyways. So if you started out with Leyline X, that means there's less Leyline X in the deck. So when you deploy the Amped Raptor, you're gonna have less Leyline X to hit, which is basically why we can play Amped Raptor in this deck. Other than that, we are playing 8 copies of permanents that can abuse the Ajani. We don't actually have any ways of sacrificing the Ajani cat token to flip this. One way you can do that is by playing another weapon called a dissection tool. This is actually a way you can do that, but like I said, it does putting more, 4 mana, 5 mana cards. If you do this, right, the Amped Raptor has a higher chance of hitting cards like these and potentially fizzling. So it's gonna be up to you if you want to fizzle. So I'm not really playing this as a result. The Ajani is just kind of there because Guide Up Souls. This is a double body. If you have more bodies with Sigarda's Aid, you're going to be guaranteeing that 10 damage with the Colossus Hammer. That's the whole reason for the Ajani. As for the Guide Up Souls, it's kind of mandatory that we have to play Guide Up Souls since we're going to be playing Amped Raptor, which does also allow us to play Static Prison, which is the best, which is one of the best removal spells in the game. However, it does make it so that we can't, play things like Ornithopter, right? It's kind of weird that we're not playing Ornithopter in a Hammertime deck, right? But because we're also already playing a Fervent Champion for the Leyline Axe, and we're also having that energy synergy with the Raptor plus Guide of Souls, there's just no room to fit the Ornithopter. You could drop the Ajani for it, but Ajani, I think, has more synergy with the Guide of Souls. So yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. It was actually a pretty fun deck. Only dropped one game against a mono green, and we also had a really, really bad start without any Kemba's Outfitter, especially when opponent ramped pretty fast into their 2 of Elish Norn in the deck. They only play with 2 copies of this in the deck. So the fact that they had this in both games, pretty unfortunate, but it is what it is. We did win most of our games today, so yeah, that is going to be it for today's video. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys all in the next one. Bye-bye.